Hello, today we're going to talk about using a pacing board. This is a strategy that can be used by speech pathologists, teachers, as well as parents at home with kids who are working on developing their speech and language skills. When using a pacing board, you can tap the dots on a strip of paper like, "I want more juice," or tap the prongs on a big building block like applesauce, or use a personalized board made for your child. When using a pacing board, you can model tapping each dot as you say syllables, words, and phrases. You can support speech and language development through auditory, listening, visual, looking at, movement, and touch. You can support both talking as well as listening skills as you mark each part of the whole. You can encourage your child to tap each dot after watching you do it, to imitate your speech as they are able, and to use the pacing board on their own. When using a pacing board, you can teach words and phrases like, "I want bubbles," syllables in words like banana, and sounds in a word like the final T in hat. You can move your finger across the board as you move your mouth through syllables, words, and phrases. And you can use that direction with your child. Move your finger and move your mouth. You can help create spaces between syllables or words, like the natural spaces that are already there. You can help slow speech down slightly with rhythm and pacing, and you can encourage improved speech production with these strategies. When using a pacing board, you can emphasize what you are teaching by using a slightly exaggerated inflection in your voice and volume as well. Like if I wanted to emphasize the word eat, I could say, "I want to eat." You can create fun experiences by tapping the block as you talk. It can be like touching a toy to learn. And you can practice together. You could each have your own pacing board and practice tapping the dots and talking together. When using a pacing board, you can model correct grammar, simplifying language as needed like ball in, while still using correct grammar, including the little words like put the ball in instead of put ball in. This way your child is hearing the correct grammar from the beginning, even if they're not ready to use it yet. You can fade cues as your child learns to independently use targeted skills. You can move to first tapping the dots when the board is on the table, to moving the board away and just tapping on the table, or to not tapping at all, just talking, which is, of course, the eventual goal. When using a pacing board, you can use different size boards to match your child's level. Like you could use a board that has only 2 dots or a board that has 5 dots. You could make your own board with dot stickers on a piece of paper or drawing stars or using your child's favorite colors. We tend to use this white board with the black dots because we find it to be less distracting. You could bend the pacing board back to show only the number of dots you need, or you can move through the dots a second time as you build longer sentences like, "Let's go play outside on the slide." When using a pacing board, you can tap only the number of prongs you need, like baby, my turn, or animal, I'm all done, or watermelon, come play with me. Or you can tap 2 syllables on a 4-prong block like my turn, baby. You can try using additional movement sensory strategies to mark syllables and words, including clapping like all done, open, or drumming. My name is Edith, or stomping using big body movements like elephant, or jumping, it's my turn, or counting on your fingers like open, banana. These are fun strategies that you can try and see what works best with your child. And remember, you can fade these strategies as they're no longer needed. Thank you for learning about using a pacing board today. If you have any questions, please contact your child's teacher or speech pathologist. And remember to have fun learning.